Today's video brought to you by nobody. We don't have a sponsor. Would you like to sponsor us? Throw money at us.
Yeah.
We're kidding. Okay, we have a question. This is a great way. If you like our videos, it's great to ask us a question in the comments, and it's a great way for us to make a video because then you get an answer to something that you're curious about, and if we can give our 2 cents worth, we'll tell you what we think. And we had one of those today from
Danielle Singleton 5337. So here's the question. May I ask what was one of the biggest changes or things each of you had to adjust, adapt, deal with in being with each living together now?
Yeah, so we had to think about that one. You know, one of the biggest changes are things that we each had to adjust to or adapt and deal with in being with and living with each other. So actually, when we read this first, my answer was instantaneous because I said the language barrier. It's a big thing. And we have some examples, but that was my immediate answer. What's your biggest change or thing that you had to adjust to or adapt with or deal with in being with each other?
So for me, aside from the language barrier, I have like 360 changes in my life because it's my
360?
yeah,
That's
it's
a lot.
really yeah, it's really like there's a huge difference. It's like every time, like this is my first time, like when before it's just normal when I go out, like nobody cares about me every time I went outside, even I'm alone. But this time everybody is like looking at me like, wow, sana all.
Which means in English, for those foreigners watching,
This is like, it's because like this time everybody's looking at me and say, hi mom, like, wow mom, I'm so happy for you, like
she's
something.
become the queen.
Yeah, it's like I felt like I'm a center of attraction.
Well, you're definitely my center of attraction.
Yeah, and every time we went to the restaurants, I felt so special, like
So
everybody is like looking at me, like, yeah.
So you mean just
serving.
because I'm around, they
Yeah.
treat you differently?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
weird.
sorry guys, but it's really true.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, that's a big thing to adjust to, right? Just going back to our question again, that is a big change and a big thing to adjust to. So is that a good change, a weird change?
For me, it's weird. Like even some of my friends and relatives, they always say, wow, you're so lucky you find a guy which is so handsome and is a foreigner. Make a baby.
Where
It's
is he?
like that. Make a baby, have more babies, like that. It's
Where
like,
is this guy? Where is he? I want to know who he is.
oh, it's something like that. Then, and everybody says, does he have
Money? No.
no relatives like that? Well, make a baby as quickly as you can.
Well, there are adoption agencies. We could do that, I guess.
Without, I know they're just kidding, but yeah,
Well,
it's really weird for me.
okay. Well, so back to the question with me. I said language barrier, but I didn't give any details. So as an example, just yesterday, for example, Filipina had to go and take care of some errands. And I did some things with my son. I just got home and she was still out. And then she messaged me and said, can you come get me? Come pick me up. Now, a little backstory. We just bought a motorcycle, but neither of us have a motorcycle license yet. It's kind of like a trophy on the wall. We just have it sitting in the driveway. But I've been just, practicing driving it up and down the dirt lane because I don't have a license to drive on the roads, right? So anyway, she calls me from away and said, can you come pick me up? So I'm thinking, yeah, okay, I'll be there in just a second. In the meantime, I'm thinking, language barrier, okay? I'm not thinking language barrier, but this is an example of the language barrier. I'm thinking, okay, she wants me to come pick her up at the top of the road because that's all I've been doing is driving up and down the top of the road, the dirt road here, because I can't drive on the main road. So I ride up there and I'm parked up at the top of the road, no Filipina. So I said, well, I'll just wait. Maybe she's on her way. So I wait and I wait. And meanwhile, I don't have internet on my phone. So I'm up there thinking, I can't contact her in any way. Where is she? And then I'm getting this thought, maybe she meant for me to go down the main road and pick her up. I can't do that. I don't have a motorcycle license. So I'm waiting and waiting. Then I said, well, I better walk down and meet her in case she's walking up herself. So this is one example of the language barrier. She said, come get me. I thought she meant the top of our dirt road. I did that, and it was not what she meant. That's just
Maybe
one
he's thinking
example.
that he will give me a piggyback ride. It's so hot, like it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then he's walking to just pick me up. What?
Well, that's just one example. There's so many all the time. Like I'm saying,
I'm
so what-
expecting that he's riding a motorcycle to pick me up.
like
So funny.
today we're eating dinner. Today, by the way, she makes lovely dinner every time. Every meal is just wonderful. She should have been a chef. She's so good. And she made a meal, and I say, oh, that's so good. That was such a delicious meal. And she just sits there next to me, and I do this. Thank you, sweetheart. That's so nice for you to say to me. Because she's saying nothing. Like I'm used to someone saying something immediately in response, like, oh, thanks, dear, or something, but nothing. Because a language barrier type thing, and I guess kind of cultural differences too mixed in. Because from your point of view,
Yes, we're not used to it in the house. Like, especially if I'm the one who's in charge in the kitchen, I don't hear anything like, oh, thank you for the nice meal, something like that. No, because our our main dish is always repeated. Like it's always like that. Yeah. And then if there's an occasion or if I don't feel lazy, I cook something special like for us the special dish is like fried chicken, adobo or something like that. And everybody will say, wow, this is a nice meal, something like that, and say thank you. That's the time that I say, okay, you're welcome, yeah, something like that. But when it comes like every day, we're not doing that. Like, thank you for the nice meal. No. It's not- okay, whatever food in the table, you eat. And then after that, okay,
yeah.
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Talking about some other changes, sticking with her question here. Like we were visiting her mom a little further south than where we are right now, just the other day. And when we left, we said goodbyes and got on the trike and left. And I said, Filipina, you didn't give your mom a hug goodbye. Which
No.
is like, see ya.
We're doing that
I thought you'd
when
give her a
there's
hug.
a special occasion. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're doing that.
Okay, and that's probably not a big cultural thing. Probably everybody in different parts of the world don't always hug each other either. But I just thought it was a bit of a change for me. I thought she would go and say, "Oh, I'll see you a little later, Ma." But
And
she
also one more, guys, like when we ride a bus, like I told to the driver that, Manong, can we drop off in the Robinson? Yeah. So it's the first time that the rural bus going inside the driveway in the Robinson
didn't. Yeah. And
just to drop us off, like something like that. And then some of the passengers, like they are I'm not saying that they're complaining, but they said, oh, there's a favoritism here because this is the first time that the rural bus going inside the driveway in the Robinson. Yeah, supposed to be they are just like in the highway, but that's the first time that they go inside. They went inside the Robinson in the driveway.
yeah, the
Yeah.
big drop. We're talking
Yeah.
one of those big, like back home, like Greyhound buses. And normally it would just kind of stop and let you off. This went right into the mall entrance and dropped
Yes.
us off by the mall door.
Yeah.
People were commenting
Yeah.
that we were the favorites or something
Yeah.
of the bus driver. That was funny. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's it. So
So
I guess
it's
that
one.
ties into what you said, right? Is like people are treating you a little differently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, guys, expecting also that everybody's mindset that my foreigner is a rich guy.
Oh, that's a bit annoying even for me because like I'm just your average Joe, and by the way, everyone over here calls you Joe if you're a foreigner
Yes,
guy.
Joe.
I go for a walk down the road. Hey Joe, hi Joe, hey Joe.
Yeah,
Everyone have a
everybody.
new name, Joe. Just you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm just an ordinary average Joe or below average. I don't know. And yeah, everyone thinks I'm rich. It's not a nice feeling, really.
The ordinary bus, they have fixed rate of fare, but when there's a special trip, like, yeah, especially coming here, they always increase the price. Like, we need to negotiate, and it takes, like, sometimes it takes 15 to 20 minutes just to do the negotiation, and I always say no, because coming here is like 100 pesos, and you are like, they sometimes they double the price or much more, 100 pesos, and I always say no. So I told him that if I'm not here and you want to go in Robinson, always pay the exact amount, 100 pesos, no more, no less,
Yeah.
100 pesos.
Which yeah,
Yeah.
brings up another story because just yesterday, again, while Filipina was taking care of some errands, and myself and my son were at the Robinson Mall by ourselves. I had like 150 Philippine pesos in my pocket. That's all I had. She has all the money. And the drivers, you know, when I wanted to ride home, were saying, oh, 200. And I'm thinking, she told me 100. And I noticed every time we went home, it was 100. But they're coming to me saying 200 for a ride home. I'm like, no, we've traveled this many times. It's always been 100. No, 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 200. And I'm like, no. So then myself and my son are just standing there kind of looking around. What do we do? And then eventually another driver says 150, and I'm like, no, we're supposed I said, we've done this trip many times, just 100. It's just up the road. It's just 100 Philippine pesos. So then they leave us, and we're just standing around. Meanwhile, all these other people are getting rides and going for a lot less, mind you. And we're just standing around. What do we do? I don't know. So then there's a driver out a little further, and he kind of nods to me, and I walk over to him. I said, we're trying to get to this area just up the road, 100. He said, oh, 150. I said, well, we go all the time for 100. He said, oh, okay. And then we got a ride for 100. But when I'm
Yeah.
with her, it's really just a few minutes, and she always gets the deal done for 100. But we were standing there for probably 15 minutes wondering, well, how are we going to get home?
Yeah, that's why I told him, then don't always say yes. Even if you have money, just try to do the negotiation, because people always say, "Oh, you have a foreigner, so they have a lot of money," something like that. So that's it. Just keep this in mind, that always say, not always say yes. Just do the negotiation, a fair negotiation. Yeah,
Yeah, so 100 from Robinson's to where we live is fair, right?
yeah,
But they want to double
yeah. They
from
want
me.
double.
And they weren't going to take me. Wow. Crazy. Just because I'm a foreigner. But we're hoping we're answering the question well.
Hopefully, we can get more comments and
Ask questions.
yeah.
Ask us
Ask questions,
questions,
and we
please.
will
We
make
like answering your
contents for that.
questions.
Yes, exactly. And please, guys, do us a favor to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, so you can be more updated with our more videos. And also, guys, finish our video until the end.
Yeah. We're getting an average of what, 3 minutes?
Yeah.
So we do like this video, what was however long this is, and the average watch time is like 3 minutes. Like, what? Do you get bored? What's the problem? 3 minutes? Come on. Sheesh.
Yeah, but anyway, we're getting there. I know God is good all the time. I know they will bless us, and also our viewers and our subscribers. God bless us always.
Amen.